Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Just doing some sharing and trying to clear my throat. How's everybody doing? Let me get the chat going up here. All right, all right. Let's get the peas in here. Annie, good morning, sweetheart. Hello, 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 hello. The weekend's here. It is Saturday, and it is a stormy Saturday where I'm at. I think we were under a tornado watch most of the night, and probably still are because it's still rumbling and grumbling out there. Morning, Kathy Hand. Let's celebrate. Yeah, celebrate for sure. Celebrate. Suzanne is here. Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning, Andrea. Wow, it's great to see all of you. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. Well, let's go into our heart. Let's start out our day the best way to start a day with the heart-brain coherence. So hand on your heart and slow down the breathing. And then add in that love element. Add in something that you are just so grateful for that it makes you smile. Beautiful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for you and for each other today. So glad that you're here and you're getting your chat on about the weather. Yeah, this weather has been intense. We had a couple of tornado warnings, and then we're under a tornado watch. And Deb and I actually watched this big black cloud out over the ocean that looked like it could be a funnel cloud if it were smaller. It was really, really huge. And then last night when we got home from dinner, we found out we were still under a tornado watch, and it stormed all night long. I just laid there, listened to the thunder, and I love listening to it unless it's like shaking the house. but it was just rumbling and grumbling, and it's still doing so. Even right now, as I'm on here, it's still rumbling and grumbling. Annie, the rain passed us, and we have light rain day. The yard is flooded. Oh boy. Yeah, I was asking Deb yesterday if they got flooding down here because there's been a lot of rain over the last day. Good morning, Robin Waters Dykes and Blue Jean. Good morning, good morning. Yes, let's call in that beautiful Brookie and Dylan and Maxwell. So how's everybody doing? It's the weekend. It's playtime, except I don't know, a whole lot of play is going to go on today with this weather. We're supposed to go to lunch with Marietta. She might be listening in, our sweetheart lady. So I may get to see her today. She has my copies of the tiny book that I had sent here to the Keys. So I'll be meeting up with her for lunch and getting those from her. But she does have the Angel's book in her hands. Anybody else have the Angel book in your hands? And if you do, what do you think? Those of you who've received it, what do you think about the Angels in my pocket? Are you loving it? Do you have any messages that have reached out and touched you so far? Just share about the tiny book. Jennifer Schwab, good morning on YouTube. There's our Brookie. Good morning, Brookie. And did Josie get in here? I see her name. I think we're calling her in. Auntie Jean, good morning. Thank you for being here. And Brookie showed up. Catherine, you're going to a creative memories class today and then going to a local fair. They're supposed to have a fair going on here with outside music. I don't think that's going to happen. Not with this weather that's going on. Blue, snow. Oh boy. Darling, March is almost over. My computer just almost fell over. I don't know. Bob wants me to stop by there and autograph your books. That's a possibility. We will see how that works. Leo, good morning. Sally and Tony, good morning to you and shared. So share. If you've got your tiny book, share what you think. The angel's in my pocket. All right, so our message from the angels last night was called Wants and Needs. I may have to have some water to read this. They delayed your delivery, Auntie Jean. Well, that's no fun, but hopefully what happened to Isabel won't happen to you. Isabel received an empty envelope. I never heard of such, but she got the delivery and it was empty. There was nothing in there. So I had to call Amazon and deal with them so that so they could get her a book out in the mail. All right, wants and needs. You have succeeded in life when all you really want is only what you really need. That's by Vernon Howard. There's a big difference between want and need, yet both indicate a lack of something. The thought process that says something is missing from our lives creates a feeling of separation. When we start seeing ourselves as separate from each other and separate from God, we begin to compare. When we compare, we begin to judge, criticize, or perhaps even envy. Our human ego tells us that we cannot have a portion of something if someone else already has it. There's a lot of comparison and competition mindset that takes place as we sense that there is a lack and not enough for everyone. Dear angels, even when we logically know that it's untrue, that there is not enough for us all to have abundance, our mind somehow returns to this way of thinking. We miss out because someone else has what we want. Why can't we see that there is enough for all? Dear ones, it is the scarcity mindset that creates a level of feeling that the world is black and white, that there is right and wrong, that there are the haves and the have-nots. You forgot for a moment that you are worthy and that you are enough. You believe that something magical must take place. And later on, when the world turns right side up again, you call it a miracle. You see it as something outside of yourself that swooped in and turned the water into wine. Dear ones, can you not see that it is you who performed the miracle just by trusting and believing that you are co-creating with God? Believe it to be so, and then see it happen. You are enough. You are worthy. You are a magnificent being, love and light. Just be. Dear angels, today I promise to be open to miracles in my life and see them once I fully believe in myself as part of the creation of all that is. I loved this message. I do. I loved the message that came in last night because so many times I get caught up in that scarcity mindset. Sometimes I get caught up in the fact that, somebody needs to do something here. And it's me that needs to do something here. So they really, they haven't been playing around much lately. They've been telling it like it is. And sometimes we don't like to hear that. We want to hear, oh, you're so wonderful and we'll take care of you. Well, they do take care of us, but they also remind us that, you know what? We got work to do. That when we see something, we need to say something or do something. Don't just sit there and point a finger and say, somebody needs to take care of that, right? Anybody ever said that? I know I have. I'll own it. I've said it. Why doesn't somebody do something? Why doesn't a law happen so that we have this going on? But we are the co-creators. We are creating this experience. So we need to own that and create it the way we want it to look. So I'm going to see what Kuan Yin has to say about all this. And Sally says we are our own magic, powerful and brilliant like a diamond, strong and beautiful in the way we shine. Absolutely. Oh, and I see I forgot to change what we're doing. We're not 10 million at the moment. We are doing the Morning Cuppa. So change things around here and give me something you're grateful for. There we go. Hello, Julie Kiss. Hello, Tammy Phil. Thank you all for being here. Okay, so what does Kuan Yin have to say? Angels, open my throat back up. I don't know what that's all about, but Kuan Yin calls it child's play. Sally, today I'm grateful that it stopped snowing and the sun is out. Well, our sun is not out. I'm looking outside and it's really miserable here with the storm. So no sun and it's dark. Kuan Yin's child's play. Conscious play creates energy. It allows us to enjoy discipline that helps us feel safe, productive, and that are making progress on our path. It opens us up to life and increases our vitality and creativity. Without it, discipline and hard work can wear away at our life force. When balanced with loving and healthy discipline, there is no need to fear it. It can only bring benefit. Child's play. And what happens when children play? What happens? They get creative, don't they? They can take any ordinary object and with magic, they can turn it into anything. They make it what they want it to be. I've been around Joanne's grandson, Eris, a lot this winter and watched him as he did just that. As he took something so ordinary and would tell me a story about it and share what it was. It's like, I have this magic wand, or, he would make a story about his little toys and what they were doing and how they were interacting with each other. And it's just brilliant, the mind of a child, how there's no limits, there's no restrictions. They just play. They just know that they can create that world the way they want it to be. So we can do that. We can be like children again. We can look at any ordinary object and we can see it the way we want it to be. So child's play, let's get into that. Annie, I'm thankful I'm alive, awake, and all my kids, including Chewy, healing. I'm so glad to hear that, and so glad to hear that Grayson is doing well and healing. Yeah, great message. Today I choose to believe that this Monday, Colin will finally make and keep the commitment to enter a long-term rehab facility. Bob will be taking him there Monday morning. Yay. That's awesome. Linda Lemieux, good morning. Yes, a rainy day in Florida. It sure is. And I don't know if I said good morning to Leo. I see you there. All right, so share. If you have your little Angels book, I know some of you ordered it. I know Kathy got her copy and messaged me that it was there. So I'm so happy to hear that. Anybody else? Anybody have it? Anybody have a special passage that you found already in the little book that you want to share with us? And let's see what that might look like, and we can share it with everybody. So what else is going on? Yours is coming Monday, Suzanne. Awesome. What else is happening? It's the weekend. Anybody have weekend plans? Andrea, grateful for family and friends. Me too. I am so grateful for friends, for those that I've known. Some, it seems, for a lifetime, and some that I have just recently met down here in the Keys. One of them is going to venture out like I am, but she's going to get a small RV and hit the road, and I might meet up with her somewhere along the way. Okay, anybody else? Auntie Jean, grateful for you all here. I'm so miserable that I had to come on and get some happiness from my family. Oh, thank you, Auntie Jean, for being here. Let's turn that miserable into a happy smile and get your body feeling good because your mind's feeling good. That's what happens to me. If I'm having a bad day, something's going on, like my knee hurting or anything else that's happening, I just get of the Morning Cuppa. You can listen to any of those. You can listen to any of the replays. They're on YouTube. If it's easier to find it that way, just go to Angel Speak Tube and you can find any of the Morning Cuppas that we have ever done, including that very first one. I went back and watched it the other day because I just loved that first one that happened. It was such a spontaneous moment. And I was talking about how the osprey woke me up as the early morning sun was rising, and they had me come out and sit with them and talk to them. And then I turned the live on and talked to you and saw who all was going to just respond to the call that said, hey, is there anybody out there? And there was. And that's when the Morning Cuppa was born. That's when the Angelic River family was created. Do we have Deirdre on? I can't remember if I saw her. If we don't have our Deirdre on, somebody please shout out and get her in here. Kathy says the first page I turned to yesterday was 49. 49 messages 2, 3, and 4. So let me just read those for all of us. And Sally says, yes, I do something that makes me happy. It usually turns my mood around. Really, if you can laugh, if you can find something to smile at, it's a beautiful thing that happens. So let's see what 49, message 2, says. We encourage you, dear ones, to turn wounds into wisdom. Staying broken only magnifies the tragedy. Rise up, lift your head, and search your soul for strength. Out of the ashes, a phoenix will rise. It certainly will, and that has very special meaning to me. So I love that. Thank you, Kat. It's a confirmation for me reading this passage. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Message 3 says, when you start to think that things are out of control, it just means that you have wandered out of your heart for a moment. Your true nature is love, and whenever you away from that connection, you feel like a fish in water. Yeah, it doesn't feel good to get out of our heart, to get into our mind and all that happens there, right? When things start twisting and turning and we start seeing things that aren't real. We start imagining things that are worse than what we know that they are when we stay in our heart. And then the last one says, life is to be enjoyed, dear ones, along with learning from experiences. If you feel pressured to go at such a fast pace, question what is taking place. Sometimes you may be running from something that is not easy to deal with. Sometimes you may not even know what the urgency is all about. Take time to explore. You know me. I always say question everything. Question what's going on, but don't ask why. Why only takes you into victimhood. Why only makes it seem like something is happening to you instead of happening for your growth. So when you question, ask, what's the real story here, Spirit? What is going on? And what am I supposed to do with this? So instead of asking why something is happening, just ask your higher self, God, whoever you reach out to when you, in your mind, want somebody. Maybe it's an angel, maybe it's a spirit guide, a loved one. Maybe you just ask, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do next? What's my next step in this journey life? Deb and Ruth and I play a game called the Transformation Game. And after we graduate through the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional levels, there's a next steps level. And we question, what's our next step? What do we do now? What's ahead of us? And we get some insight and some clarity about it. So just ask that. What do I do next? What do I do with this? Kathy, you already highlighted some lines on both of those pages. I love that. And this morning you opened to page 11, and it's perfect for me and what has been happening around my home. These messages, that's what I'm telling you, they're so perfect. When you use it like an oracle deck and you just open the book and you say, okay, what do I need to know? It pops out at you. We were at lunch 2 days ago, and I was passing around my copy, and people were just opening it. People I'd never met before were opening and reading a passage, and there were some that were emotional, and there were tears. And that's the beauty of this book. That's how powerful it is. It's going to touch you exactly where you are. So Sally wants page 18 read. So I will go there. And Suzanne says, I got pampered yesterday. Color and haircut. I fell asleep in the chair waiting for the color to process. They woke me up with a big grin on their faces. I was so relaxed afterward. Oh, Suzanne, that's awesome. All right, so I'm going to go to page 18. And Jean. Deirdre was here from the very beginning. There was something who lives in England. Oh, a monitor. Yes. There was. Sorry, I'm blanking on her name right now. But yeah, she was with us for a while. And then she wasn't. And it happens, just like in real life. People come into our lives sometimes for a minute, and then they drift away and go do their own thing, and that's okay. It's all perfect, just as it is supposed to be. And Kathy says, my highlighter is light blue and matches the book cover. I love this book cover. I have gotten so many compliments on this, and I'm so grateful to Debbie Sliker for making this book cover. And it was just so meant to be, because I was chatting with her, and I told her the name of the book, and can you give me some creative ideas for a cover for the book? And next thing I know, she sent me this. And it was so perfect. It was just divine. It was divinely meant to be. Blue says, sigh. I asked and was told stillness. All my intuitive friends got the same. Stillness. I love that. All right, page 18. No one can take your power away unless you allow it to happen. There may be people who are bigger and stronger than you physically who choose to inflict harm or threaten you in some way. Realize that they are the ones with the problem, not you. Those bullies of life that try to rile us up and make us feel less than, you can only feel less than if you allow that feeling. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are the one in control and you create how you want that experience to be. You pull on your inner magnificence and your divine authenticity, and you stand in that and do not allow anyone to put you down or push you around. Don't allow that, because it is you and your experience that matters, not somebody else's insecurity or them trying to make somebody look big look small because they want to look big. So, yeah, so that's that message. And Kathy said it was a perfect message. And he says, I need that message. My ex-husband is always threatening me regarding court. So thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sally, for picking that one. Kathy, it's so nice to see my travel buddies in here together, Tammy Fisk and Suzanne Millard. It is, isn't it? It's beautiful to see you all. Ooh, and I have a question for you. Auntie Jean says, please, I need their healing energy. All right. So let's go from the need. What was the message last night from the angels? Wants and needs. Let's see. Everything is working perfectly, Auntie Jean. And when we send out healing love energy to you, just receive and know that everything is working perfectly in God's divine plan. It might not feel like it when you feel like crap. It might not feel like it when something hurts. But know that you're receiving that healing energy. You're receiving love. And let that bring a smile to your face. And that smile then makes you start to feel better. It's like an instant fix. So receive, receive. And Annie, page 20, absolutely. And Tammy says, called in from my side today and told him I needed a weekend for me. I'm going to relax and enjoy myself. Awesome. I'm so glad. Is our Stacy here? I didn't see a comment. I must have missed it. You'll be going to Ocala to see about renting a house and moving there. Oh, that's awesome, Linda. Yay. I will probably be, no, not, yeah, I'll be passing through Ocala after I leave here. Maybe I can stop in Ocala and have a cup of coffee with you, Linda. Let's see if we can coordinate that. All right, Annie Banani needed that message. I read yours. And page 20, I think you said, Annie. Yeah, page 20. All right, Blue, I once called in, well, on the first real spring day we had. My boss was so impressed with me, he gave me the day off with pay. To this day, when I am going to pamper myself, that old positive influence to do so brings me joy. Oh, to call in well instead of calling in sick. I got it. It took my brain a minute. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, I'm going to read page 20, but I'm going to put in here to type in your prayer requests. Please. We have a lot going on with our P's. So let's get that flowing. Sounds like a plan, Linda. Yeah, let's see if I can see you and get a hug as I Florida. I'll be leaving here on Monday. And Julie Kiss, it's Julie on here. Julie, today, let's decide to meet up as I exit Florida, I want to get my hugs in. So let's do that. Page 20, and then we're going to go into our, if you have something going on, something happening with you or a loved one, please let us know so we can do that. Oh, the question I was going to ask you, I almost forgot. So the angels are guiding me in the next steps. This is what I asked for when I played the transformation game yesterday. If there was to be a Peas for Peace cruise, and it was an affordable cruise, how many of you would be able to do it or want to do it, or you would have a year to save up for it and to make it happen? How many of you would be interested in cruising, having a retreat on a cruise ship where we are out on the water and just really loving each other, being in the beauty of the ocean and the places that we would go to? And I am looking at an affordable cruise going into Europe, Spain, France, Italy. What do you think? Let me know so I can start getting that together. It may be a small cruise, there may be a handful of us, but boy, the powerful energy that would happen to do that. Just let me know. It would be a year away from now, the end of March in 2025. That gives us a year to get it together, to plan it, to know what we're going to do exactly, and the teachers that would be there. So, and it will be affordable. I've already looked into it. So it would be not much more than doing one somewhere here in the States. So I'm excited about it. I'm definitely going to be on that cruise. And so I want some of the peas there, and let's make it a Peas for Peace tour on that boat. And Annie says that sounds amazing. Leo would love that idea. And Leo, you might have to sing to us on that cruise. I'll be leaving out, I believe, on Monday, Julie Kiss. So let's look at how long it's going to take me to get to you and see if we can set that up. Okay, where am I? Blue says, Jean Lorio, after we are done, I will send energy with a Vermont breeze that will carry giggling fae, doggaroos, waggle butt, kissy faces, kitties, loves, and love from me. Oh, wow. Auntie Jean, I think you're going to have to strap in because you're going to get a whole lot of love with that. 7, Kathleen Caputo, keeping her in our prayers for healing, and Grayson for continuing to heal, please. Yes. And Auntie Jean says, your description of how I feel is very accurate, but if you all stay on all day, I might make it through the day. You certainly will. Auntie Jean has not been feeling well physically since they had their little family reunion. There's a few of them in the family that got sick. So we're lifting her up in prayer, Kathy. Did I read page 20? I don't think I did. So let me read page 20. We'll go into our prayers. Dear ones, being mindful is being aware. It is the simplicity of paying attention that makes it so powerful. Don't overthink it or try to put more rules onto it. It's not complicated, although many of you try to make it so. Yeah, that's what happens, isn't it? Try to make it complicated. So, Angels in My Pocket, available on Amazon if you don't have your copy yet. And it's also on Kindle if you need it that way. All right, Sally, prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, and those in fear or anger. Yeah, thank you. Andrea Gregg, wow, a cruise. I love it. Yay. And Kathy says, oh my God, I must take another cruise. And oh my gosh, I've been wanting to do a Mediterranean cruise. Yay. And Auntie Jean says, I think I will be over my COVID by then, so please count me in for sure. Yes, we can't do a retreat without you, Auntie Jean. And Leo said it would be awesome to go somewhere where we can see the northern lights. Yeah, that's the other thing is there's an Alaskan cruise um, that leaves out of, I believe, San Francisco. But I really want to do this European one. So whatever you all think, we'll get it together. Julie says, sounds great. Yay, let's meet up. And Suzanne says, that sounds amazing. Pray Jean to feel better. Thank you, Julie. All right, so please keep my brother-in-law, Tim, in your prayers, and Billy, of course, my sister, going through the emotional part of watching what's going on with him. There's a new thing happening. He has a GI bleed now, and they're not able to find the source of it yet. So prayers that can be healed and taken with ease and grace. Yeah, and what else? For Joanne's mom, who now has pneumonia, let's lift her up. Lifting up Joanne, who's down here while her mom's in North Carolina, going through all that she's going through. Kathy mentioned her son, Colin, praying for him in that situation. And travel prayers for me. We're going to leave the Keys tomorrow. We'll be out of here. And I'll head back to Joanne's for tomorrow and leave out on Monday. Anybody else? Julie, lifting you up in prayer, praying that arm and hand are getting better every day. And Kathy says, although I love the Northern Lights, my European ancestry is calling me. Plus, I'm not fond of a cold weather cruise. For sure. We want to be where it's warm, don't we? And possibly be able to visit with our Hope Wellington Marshall. Let's see her well enough to go on that cruise with us. So we lift Hope up for complete healing. All right, let's go into our hearts with this time that we have left and just love on each other right now. It's been such a great time with you all this morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Blue says, I just moved the big cat tree in front of the window looking out on the porch. Gizmo is at the top watching birds. I might be interested in an Alaskan tour, though not a cruise. I've always wanted to go to Banff. Me too. Archangel Michael's etheric home is above the lake. Prayers for my sight. Absolutely, Blue Jean. For your sight, for all who are having the eye and vision problems right now, for our Deirdre. Okay, so let's go into our hearts. Just breathe right into your heart center. Love on yourself. Just say, hey, I love you. This beautiful, beautiful soul that's inside of this human vessel. You are magnificent. You are amazing and powerful. You are a co-creator. Whatever your heart desires is yours. Own it. Own your magnificence. What it is that your heart says, hey, let's do that. Whether it's a cruise, out on an adventure, whatever it might be, just know that it's yours and see it real, feel it real. Your healing that you're asking for, see it real. Envision yourself jumping up and down for joy because you feel so good, because everything is working perfectly in God's divine plan. And see yourself out of pain. See yourself just with a lot of energy to go and to do. to just be your most magnificent self. So those who are healing right now, see that it's already done. It's already a done deal. You're already healed. Hold that in your, own it. Own your magnificence. Own your perfect self. Know that it's real, that time is not even an issue. You don't have to wait a certain amount of time for your healing to kick in. It's there. It's already there. Just reach out and grab it and know it and honor this vessel that we're using in this lifetime. Give it love. Wherever it is that is screaming for attention, just say, I love you. I love you, stomach. I love you, knee. I love you, head. I love you, throat. I love you, my special heart, my lungs. Whatever part of you is not maybe living up to its highest value, just give it love. Pour love into that wrist, into the shoulder, the back, the legs, the eyes. Whatever it is that's crying for attention, give it attention. Say hello, I love you with everything in me. And I see you, affection. I see you the way God sees you, because I am a spark of the divine. And I'm looking with my God eyes right now. My God spark is seeing the perfection of this human body. And breathe it in and rise up like the phoenix, as we read earlier. Rise up from those ashes and soar up above. Be the observer of what's going on. When you become the observer, you get to step away and not be so emotionally involved. You step away and look at it in all of its perfection and just be. Just allow. And when you start to go into that lack mindset, I don't have enough for a cruise. I don't have enough for this. Just step away from that thought and say everything is working perfectly. If it's meant for me to be there, I will be there. If it's meant for me to go forward in a direction, I will go in that direction without resistance. Just breathe. Just know in your heart, you are magnificent. And if something is meant to be in your life, it will be. Love on each other, dear ones. Just love. Love this planet that we're walking on, our Gaia. Everyone that walks on the earth, every animal, all of nature, just love on it. Let's send extra love to those who are feeling lost and alone. Extra love to those who are going through a fire right now, maybe through human trafficking, through some form of addiction of a loved one. Just love. Send that love freely from your heart so that you can put a smile on your face, because when you give, you get. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to give love as we do every day on here. So let me put that up for you, and we can start the process of loving on each other with a thank you, I love you. And let's see what else we got. Cast biopsies I had done on my scalp to be treatable and heal completely. Yeah. Annie's hearing that blue sight is healing. Absolutely it is. And Auntie Jean, prayers for Mother Gaia and all that walk on her back with attention to human trafficking, peace and love all over the earth. Yes, yes, yes. And Blue says, yes, Annie, it's been a very hard week, feeling a bit better after Monday's emergency eye appointment. All is well. All is well. Let that be your battle cry. All is well. And Kathy says, that message is how I see Colin rising up out of the darkness of addiction to a magnificent phoenix. Yes, let's see him that way. Let's see him as the phoenix. And Andrea, thank you. I love you. Let me get Leo playing on here so we can get on with our beautiful weekend.
Morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready.
So let's get the love flowing. Gratitude and love. Thank you, Leo. Cami, I'm so glad you were here today. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the bees and the bar. The daily mantra is thank you, Sally. Hearing complete healing for all in need. Me too. Auntie Jean, I hope this has done you some good to be on with us this morning. There's our Marietta. I get to see Marietta in just a few hours. So excited to give her another hug before we head out of here. Suzanne, Lou, Suzanne, I'm so glad you're enjoying your weekend. Kathy Hand. And Blue says everyone here is on the list. We are. Oh, you're so welcome, Annie. Hope, I don't know if you heard the discussion about a possible cruise next March. We want you well enough to be with us. Thank you, Annie. Accept, align, allow. Are the donkeys dancing? I love it when they do waggle butts. The cruise would be leaving out of Florida, Hope, and coming your way, coming over to Europe. So we're looking at the end of March in 2025 to have a recruit trip. All right, we got to help Leo at the end. Who's ready? Anybody? I guess he had to woo all by himself. And that's okay. I love you all so much. Catherine DeSante. Hello, darling. There we go. Andrea helped you, Leo. Woo with love and hope. And Auntie Jean. Jennifer. Have a beautiful weekend yourself. So much love. So 1 o'clock today, 1:11, is the World Peace Meditation. And please go in and support that mission of more peace and love and joy in our world. I believe it's a 14 or 15-day cruise, and I'll look at it again today and get the information out. Thank you, honey. All right, so we're out of here. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. So much love to all of you. I love you immensely. Take good care. Namaste, y'all. And oh, wonderful news, Auntie Jean. Feeling much better. Yeah, that's what we see is complete healing for you.